And here's one. What kind of Let's Player am I trying to be? Comedic or informative? From Dudeaid. The answer to that is mainly entertainment, not necessarily comedic, but I also like it trying to be funny from time to time and informative. But my goal is to be entertaining. This one's a really obvious question. This is one's a reactive one. Newt0rz asked me which is my favorite Fallout. Fallout 3. It's my second favorite game. It's on my list. Okay, BlueGamer11 asking a reactive question here. First one is, what's my favorite genre of games and why is my favorite? Role-playing games, and because you have a sense of accomplishment in role-playing games you don't get from any other genre. AlmightyElemental asks, if I was a superhero, what would my name, costume, power be? Basically, of course, I would of course want to be invisible at will. Obviously. There's so many wonderful advantages to it. What would my costume be? Something that would fade with me, for one. I do like... Oh God, what the thing is, I don't know what my color is. I know what other people's color. I know what cars are. So I don't really know what the... I'm thinking blue and gray, or blue and white, or something. Something like that. Possibly have like a pattern of lines of white in a solid blue background. I'm not sure. And what? Oh, name. Super invisible dude. I don't know. I don't know. I just want to be invisible at will for all those advantages out there. Okay. What type of games do you like to play? This is a reactive question. First-person shooter, yes. Real-time strategy, yes. RPG, yes. Racing, yes. Okay. How do you feel about piracy? I feel as though, since I don't have a lot of money, but I've got some money, and I'm also posting all these videos online and stuff like that. I'm trying to give be a good example. I'm not going to go through the pirating way, but I have a lot of friends that do, and there's a lot of stuff about companies that they don't really try very hard to... Well, it just feels like the companies aren't doing, especially music and film and television, is not doing their full work to try to give a quality product at a decent price. That it also kind of bleeds over into the gaming industry. There's a lot of games that are released that are just absolutely worthless. So I don't really have anything against people that do piracy. I just don't condone it myself. What makes a good or bad comment poster? One thing that really makes me happy is when somebody answers someone else's question. They try to be helpful. I really value that. I really think that kind of creates this kind of community instead of just questions and answers between me and them. Another one is if they think their question through, like the whole intelligent question and or reactive question, as opposed to asking something very stupid like random stuff. I already told you all about that. And then another one is I really appreciate it when somebody will inform me that because of me, they have a new game that they're really interested in and they wouldn't have known about if I hadn't made an LP on it. That's the sort of thing that's what I make my videos for. I mean, entertainment and to introduce people to games that they haven't seen. Say a zombie apocalypse started tearing through your neighborhood. In all honesty, would you be one of the early victims, or would you go all Jill Valentine and kick zombie A all over the place? Depends if they ran or walked. If they ran, I would be screwed. If they walked, I'd probably go Jill Valentine. So that's the difference. I would die in Left 4 Dead. I would be fine in Resident Evil. That's how it would work. Not because I can't run, but I can't run for as long as they can. Oh My Pizza asks, of 4 different options, what would I do during a zombie invasion? Would I grab a gun and blast away, go to a cemetery and get it over with, go to the nearest shelter and wait it out, or grab a boat and sail away to safety? Wouldn't be a boat because I'd be worried about running out of food. I'm not really much of a fan of a gun when you're dealing with a massive amount of people because bullets run out and everybody dies because their bullets run out. I'd rather have like a melee weapon of some kind, sledgehammer, Katana if I could find a shop. I mean, if there's mayhem and rioting everywhere, you could go to whatever shop you wanted. You could find some pretty cool places. You might be able to go to an Oriental restaurant and find some pretty good cutlery. But something like that. If I didn't go with the grab and gun and blast away sort of thing, it'd probably be the nearest shelter, because at least I'd be able to go to a shopping center whenever there weren't zombies around or something like that. Just try to survive. I wouldn't try to get it over with. No, I would still try to survive, just to see what happened, if nothing else. Do I have intents to complete games off air? Well, right now I've got 40-hour work week, so basically if I'm playing a game, I'm recording it. Don't really have much of a chance to record games off air. So that's how life goes when you have a full-time job. I'm making pretty good money, though, so can't complain. Jet Scream 58 asks a pretty good question. What are the criteria on the games that you play? Number one, gotta be you have to be able to run it on a computer. Number two, I don't think MMOs are very good at making LPs out of. So unless you guys come up with a great idea on what I could do on the LPs, how to do them, I won't be doing MMOs. I think I'll just save myself from playing flight simulators, because I think flight simulators are not really even a game. It's just a simulator. I don't think it's very interesting to me. Even when it's like a flight game that includes a little too much realism in the flight simulator, where it's really annoying trying to fly around like Battlefield 1942 or whatever it was, the ones that had a lot of flying vehicles. Yeah, flying vehicles will work. It wasn't very interesting to me. It just became too much of a nuisance to try and fly the vessels. That's just how I feel. How often do I buy a new game? Either I buy it from one of my friends that's already gotten it, or I get it from like Amazon.com or something like that, and I get it, well, you've seen, about 2 or 3 times a week, at around there. Yeah, something like that. Puddin8 Stuff asks, I guess being some type of fame, have you ever been recognized by anyone before? Nope. Yeah, definitely no. 2,000 people that have me subscribed that might be able to recognize me in real life, maybe. And there being 7 billion, 7.3 billion or something like that people in the world. And a lot of them are in foreign countries like Europe and Asia and Iraq and thereof. Okay, stop it. Yeah, no. There's probably like let's say 20 people in California that have seen my videos and having me subscribe, so not very many. So I live in California. How did I find out about LPs? I don't even remember. I don't remember. I think Cloud8745 was one of the first LPers I've seen, but I don't remember what got me into what was the first video I watched of his. I don't know. Todd51 asks, who is my favorite superhero? I guess it would be Batman, I guess. Batman's pretty cool. I like that he's human instead of Superman. Superman's always been really kind of annoying to me. Gambit is pretty cool from X-Men, but I don't really know if I have any specific one that really calls out to me. I'm sure that there's some really hot female superhero that would just be like, yeah, that's my favorite, but I don't know. I think sex appeal is not all that's necessary in picking your favorite superhero. I think I'm willing to say that. It's a lot, but it's not everything, which is why I picked Batman and Gambit as 2 of them. What do I drive? I drive a Saturn SL2. The Hollow Nut. Something like that. Asked, what is my favorite food? Favorite food falls into favorite dessert, which is raspberry cheesecake with a graham cracker crust. Oh yeah, and we're talking like real cheesecake, not one of those fake little frozen ones you get from the supermarket. Yeah. Okay. And raspberry on the top, not actually raspberry cheesecake, just a drizzle of raspberry on top. Okay. So it was taken, so I decided to put an X on the end, then I created a backstory to X, which I can't really give the backstory on it. And then finally, I had made an alternate because there were certain times where I'd put in the name Armageddon X, and then I'd forget my password, so I'd create an alternate name for whatever reason. So I put 430 in for the vowels. So Armageddon X 430. Which console is the best? Probably the GBA. I've never liked anything better than the GBA other than computer. I've played on a computer since I was 2 years old.